Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will be designing this landing page using Figma from the very beginning. And in the next video, I will be converting this template into a Bootstrap template. So without further any ado, let's dive into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select a frame. Okay, and I'm gonna change the color to something like this color. Okay, and then I'm going to click on the grid. I'm going to select the column, and the column will be 12, and I'm going to change the color for the columns to something like this. Give a margin 150, and the space between these columns is going to be 24. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is to design the logo. So I have selected this rectangle, and I'm going to draw like this. Give a width 24 pixel, and I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, select these two and rotate this 25-degree. Okay, I'm gonna select these two. Okay, and I'm gonna copy the color that I have used. So I'm gonna copy the color from the finished project. So I'm gonna paste it right here. Then I'm gonna select the second one. Okay, and I'm gonna reduce the opacity for this one to something like 30. Okay, so I'm gonna rotate this 45-degree. Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna select the text and I'm gonna type the page name. So the text is going to be plus Jakarta Science. I'm gonna give a 24 pixel. All right, and I'm gonna give a font weight bold. Select these, Control G and Shift A. Okay, and the space is going to be, let's say, 6 pixels. So this will be our logo. I'm gonna select this text, rename this to home. So this will be our navigation links. Font size 14 pixel, font weight medium, duplicate, services. Okay, so these will be our navigation links. So I'm gonna select all these, Shift A. Okay, space is going to be 24. I'm gonna select this last one, Control D. Okay, and I'm gonna rename this to get started. So this will be our button. So I have selected this text and then Shift A. Okay, give a background color, this yellow color. Text color will be this dark color. Okay, and I'm gonna give a increase the padding to 12 and 24. I'm gonna give a border radius as well. So let's give a border radius 12 pixel. This will be vertically in this center. Okay, so I'm gonna select this logo and the nav links, Shift A. Okay, so I'm gonna push this to a little bit to the top, and I'm gonna give a width fixed width. So this will be 1140, and the space between this is going to be auto. All right, so this is that's it for the navigation, and then I'm gonna select text. I'm gonna type build your Okay, so I'm going to increase the font size to 48. You have a font weight bold. Okay, so I'm going to copy the description text from the Lipsum website, and I'm going to duplicate that text, and I'm going to paste the text that I have copied here. I'm going to give a font weight regular. So this will be your body text. Okay, I'm going to give a line height 150% or 160. Okay, so this will be in the center. Okay, and I'm going to select the text and change the color to something like this. So this will be our body color. All right, and then I'm gonna design subscription form. Okay, so I'm gonna type a text. So I'm gonna type enter your email. Okay, I'm gonna select the, so let's see, I'm gonna select the button, duplicate here, and I'm gonna select this text. So the height is 42, so I'm gonna select this, shift A, and I'm gonna give a height 42 pixel. Okay, the text will be vertically in the center, and padding 16 pixel left and right. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this like this, and I'm gonna give a fill color to the subscription form. Okay, oops. And I'm gonna give a border radius 12 pixel as well. Select these two, shift A. Yes, I'm gonna push like that, and I'm gonna change the fill color to the body color. Okay, so that's it for the heading section. I'm gonna select these and shift A. Okay, so I'm gonna push this to the top a little bit. Yes, I'm gonna turn off the grid, and then I'm gonna draw a rectangle like this. Okay, then I'm gonna click on the fill, and then I'm gonna select image. So I'm gonna select this image. Okay, I'm gonna increase the height a little bit. So I'm gonna select these text, duplicate, and I'm gonna remove this subscription form. This will be section heading. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna select the first one, decrease the size to 14, give a font weight medium, shift A. Okay, I'm gonna give a fill color to this yellow. Oops. So shift A, fill color will be this yellow color, and the text color will be this dark color. And I'm gonna give a border radius as well. So let's give a border radius 10 pixel. Top padding 8 and left and right 24 pixel. Okay, so I'm gonna select these and decrease the spacing between these text and the heading to 16 pixel. Okay, so let's see. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to design the service section. So I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, and I'm going to remove this. So I'm going to reduce the width to something like, so I'm going to turn on the grid. So I want the service box to cover 4 column space. Okay, so I'm going to select the text, reduce the size to 24, and then I'm going to select this and click on the fill container. The text alignment will be on the left side. Okay, so then I'm going to click on this widget. Okay, so I'm going to search for a ruler. I'm going to shift A. So I'm going to make this an auto layout. I'm going to set the width and height to fixed. So I'm going to give a 64 by 64 center, and I'm going to give a fill color to this yellow color, and I'm going to give a border radius 100 pixel. Select the icon, and I'm going to give a color to this dark color. I'm going to increase the size to, let's say, 32 pixel. I'm going to drag into this frame. Okay, so this will be service heading. Okay, so let's increase the font size to 20. All right, and now I'm gonna give a padding 32 from the top and 32 from the left side. I'm gonna give a fill color this color, and I'm gonna give a border radius 32 pixel. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the grid, reduce some text. Okay, so now I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a group. Select the section and auto layout. Space is going to be 40 pixel. Okay, so I'm gonna increase the height for the frame. Okay, so then I'm gonna select a line. Then I'm gonna draw the line like this. Width is going to be 1140. I'm gonna give a white color and reduce the opacity to 16. Okay, so then I'm gonna design the feature section. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the grid for now. I'm gonna select this section title. So this will cover like 5 column space. Set this to fill container. Text alignment will be on the left side. And I'm gonna decrease the font size to, let's say, 40 pixel. Okay, so then I'm gonna run the plugin again. Okay, so I'm gonna search for check. I'm gonna select that. Okay, shift A. 32 pixel height, 32 pixel width in the center, and I'm gonna give a fill color. Okay, and change the text color to white, and I'm gonna give a border radius 100 pixel. Okay, so I'm gonna select the text, reduce some of the text. Oops, something like this. And I'm going to give a font weight medium. Okay, so this will be the feature. Okay, duplicate this, and I'm going to duplicate this again. I'm going to select this auto layout and auto layout again, and let's adjust the spacing to 44 pixel. Okay, so then I'm going to select the rectangle like this, and it will cover 6 column space. Okay, so I'm going to click on the image, and I'm going to select this image, and let's give a border radius 32 pixel to this as well. So I'm going to select this auto layout. Okay, so this will be the first feature. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this again. I'm going to select the image, and then I'm going to change the image for this one. Okay, so I'm going to increase the height to this main frame like this. I'm going to select this again. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to select this image, change the image. Okay, so I'm going to select these features. Okay, so the space is going to be, let's give a space 60 pixel, and I'm gonna convert this into an auto layout. I'm gonna turn off the grid. Okay, so these are our features. So I'm gonna select this line, duplicate. Okay, and then we have this review section. So I'm gonna select this intro title, duplicate, and I'm gonna place it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the text. Okay, and I'm gonna turn on the grid. So I'm gonna select ellipse. Okay, I'm gonna drag it like this. It's going to be 65 pixel, and I'm gonna type. Okay, so this will be the title, 20 pixel and bold. I'm gonna select these two, Shift A. Okay, then I'm gonna select this text. Okay, so I'm gonna reduce the width to like this. I'm gonna select this and Shift A. Let adjust the space to 16 pixel and set the width to fixed. The text will be fill container, and now I'm gonna give a 32 pixel top and 32 pixel bottom. Give a border radius 32 as well, and give a fill color to this color. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the grid. Okay, so I'm gonna change the image for this. So okay, so I'm gonna select this, duplicate this. Okay, so I'm gonna select these. Okay, adjust the spacing 24 and 24. Shift A, and the space is going to be 40 pixel. Okay, so then we have this call to action section. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select a frame. I'm gonna draw a frame like this. Okay, I'm gonna change the image. So I'm gonna select this image, and then I'm gonna copy this text. Okay, so I'm gonna give a fill color this dark color, give a border radius 32 pixel, and I'm gonna give a padding 66 by 66. Are you ready? So I'm gonna change this to, let's, something great and awesome. The text alignment will be in this center. Okay, and I'm gonna copy the button. So I'm gonna select this button. Okay, Control C, copy it, and I'm gonna select this. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Start a free trial. Okay, so this will be the call to action button. So I'm gonna increase the width, something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, looking great. So after that we have this block section. So I'm gonna duplicate this section. Okay, so I'm gonna design the block section. I'm gonna turn on the grid, select a rectangle, and I'm gonna drag it like this. Give a border radius 16 pixel. I think I'm gonna give a 32 pixel border radius. Okay, and I'm gonna change the image. I'm gonna select this image. I'm gonna copy this text, and here I'm gonna paste the text. Okay, Shift A, auto layout. I'm gonna select the image and the text. Okay, set the width to fixed. This will be fill container, and fill container space is going to be 0 between the text and the image. Okay, so I'm gonna select this, give a padding. Let's give a padding 24 from the top and 24 from the bottom. Okay, and let's give a border radius 32 as well. Give a fill color to this color. Turn off the grid. Block post title, and I'm going to duplicate this. This will be the link, font size 16, and font weight medium. This will be read more. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this blog post. Okay, so I'm going to select these, Shift A, auto layout, and the space is going to be 40 pixel. And then we have the footer. So I'm going to design the footer. So I'm going to copy the logo, copy it, and I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so let's create these navigation links. So the first one will be links useful. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate this. Font size 16 and normal. Text color will be this body color. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this like this. So this will be services, features, blog, and contact. Okay, Shift A. The space is going to be 24 and space between these items is going to be 12. So I'm going to duplicate this again. Contact us. This will be contact us. So I'm going to copy the text. Copied, and I'm going to paste it right here. The font size is going to be 16. Okay, so now we have the socials column. So I'm going to duplicate this. This will be so the first one will be Facebook, Twitter. Okay, so I'm going to select these three. Okay, Shift A, and then I'm going to select the logo. Shift A, and I'm going to give a width 1140. Space is going to be auto. Okay, so then I'm going to copy the copyright text. Oops, I'm going to duplicate this. This will be the footer text. Okay, so I'm going to give a shift. So I'm going to convert this into an auto layout as well. Okay, so I'm going to set the width to 1140 as well. Text will be in this center. Okay, so I'm going to select these two, Shift A. Okay, give a width 1440. Okay, from the top padding, let's give a top padding 80 pixel. From the bottom, so I'm gonna not give a bottom pixel. This will be fill container. Okay, and the space is going to be 30 for the footer bottom, and I'm gonna give a fill color this color. The footer bottom color is going to be this dark color. Okay, so that's it for the footer. So I'm gonna turn off the grid and I'm gonna select this and the navigation, Shift A. Okay, so let's give a padding top. Let's give some space from the top. It's like this. Okay, so then I'm going to select all these. Okay, and then I'm going to click on the tidy up, and the space between these is going to be 120 pixel. Okay, so now we have 120 pixel space between this section. Okay, so I'm going to select this frame. Oops. Yeah, it's like this. So that's it for this video, and in the next video I will be converting this into a Bootstrap template. So thank you for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video.